Greetings, wherever you are. I trust this finds you in a great mood, and welcome to our training. My name is Osinde John, and welcome to TSM and Project G8. And today we're going to talk about skill number 2, the name list. Okay. So, what is a name list? A name list is basically a list of contacts that is the raw material for your network marketing business. This is the most vital tool you can use to build your business. And this is the list that will fuel your business. And remember, this is not a list of people you think will join the business, but rather a list of people who can breathe, or people who have ears, or people who are alive. Of course, people who are alive, they are going to need money every single day. They are going to use money. They are going to face life challenges and also face both the best and the bad part of life. So these people, they will always be dependent on other people in one way or the other. And it is our responsibility to reach out to those who wish to change their situation and tell them that we have this amazing business opportunity that can be able to revolutionize everything they believe about their finances, their success, and their future. Okay. Now, when you make a name list, your team will also do the same. Monkey see, monkey do. That is what we have in our team. Of course, in network marketing, your team will do what you do, not what you tell them to do. Okay. So when it comes to creating a name list or a contact list, there are three kinds of networkers. And this is according to GoPro. He says that as you build the business, you will meet with three types of networkers. We have the posers, the amateurs, the professionals, and these people, they behave differently and they have different impacts into their own business and into their own success. So let's look at the posers and get to understand who are these. Number one, they never make a name list. These are people who never make a name list when they join this business. Number two, they make a mental list of 3 to 4 to 5 people, and they hope that these people will join the business, and they put their entire, or rather they put the entire fate of this business in these 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So if these individuals get to a point and they say that they are no longer interested in the business, the posters will not join the business or build the business, because they have put their total faith on these 3 to 4 to 5 people. And one thing you have to understand is that we are in a world that has a population of over 8 billion people. So those are a lot of people, and you get that if maybe someone is focusing on 5 or maybe 10 people to be able to help them succeed in this business, already they are a failure because they are working on the negatives. 1% of 8 billion is 80 million people. So that simply means you still have a very big chance of succeeding with our business if you decide to focus on it the right way. And then the second thing is that, or rather the third thing is that their career is short-lived. Posers do not usually come to network marketing to build. They are like tourists in network marketing. So their career is short-lived, and eventually they come and they quit the business because of what they keep on telling themselves in their minds. Okay. And this makes 80% of the networkers, they rely on luck. So 80% of the networkers simply means these are people who are going to quit, and then 20% of the networkers, those are people who are going to stay. Okay. So those are what we call the laws of number, or rather the rules of number. So that is how it happens. Now let's look at another category, the category of the amateurs. These amateurs are usually people who now understand what they are doing, okay, a little bit. However, they are driven by excitement, not skill. They see other people succeeding and they become so excited. They want to become a part of it. They are so, into it. They're wondering, how did this person make it? I want to join this business. And they get to join the business with that excitement, okay? And then they also never attend the training and the skill session. These people, they're just there. They believe that the business is just pick up without even working on it. They keep on telling themselves, the business will just pick up without even working on it and things like that, which is not a good thing. Okay. So the next thing is that they are masters of prejudging. They always prejudge. As an amateur, the moment you maybe an amateur wants to contact somebody to share with them about this business, they don't think that they do what we call prejudging, okay, and validation. They look at that person and they say, I don't think this person will succeed because he already has a car. Okay. So that is what happens. Now, the amateurs, they make a list of people they think that they will join the business. They make a short list of people whom they think that these people, they are going to join the business. And this is what happens. It gets even interesting. Once that list has been prepared, they start sharing the business idea to those friends, maybe 50 or 100 friends. As this list reduces, as these people on the list keep on reducing, and maybe most of them, they're saying they're not understanding the business, or rather they're not interested in the business. Of course, the first people we usually talk to, they never support us. If you want to see a good reflection, or rather a good example of that, look at most families that we come from, especially over here in Africa. You get that most family people do not usually support us and our friends. So now you can imagine the amateurs. As an amateur, you write a list of 100 people who are closest to you. Those are maybe some of them are in your family, some of them are in your friend list, and you get that these people, the moment that these lists start reducing because of how these people know you, they say that, according to you, they will tell you they're not interested in the business, but inside them, deep inside them, they want to see if you're going to make it in this business before they decide. I've met someone who told me that one of their family members told them that they will have to wait until the day this person makes 1 million Kenyan shillings. That is when the family member will believe and get to join that person in the business. Okay, so that is what usually happens. Okay, so as their small list reduces within a few days of starting the business, they get anxiety. They start becoming anxious. They have the anxiety issue, and then they are not even settled to work on the business, and that is now their biggest fear. Okay, so that becomes their biggest fear. This something like self-created fear. So that is what usually happens with the amateurs. And then number 3, we have the professionals. So the professionals, they start with writing a list of about 200 to 500. I know of an individual who sent me so many contacts. The day that I trained him on the very first day, and then we agreed we were going to support him to be able to build the business. And there was a few 1, 2, 3, 4 things that delayed this individual. And you can see here, this guy, he gave me more than 400 contacts just through WhatsApp. He was telling me these are the people that I know during my time in insurance. These are people who supported me, who helped me be able to, I was interacting with and things like that. That was a very serious person who is a professional. Okay, so they start with a written list of at least 200 men, and then they never 200 names, and then they never prejudge anyone. They never say that, looking at this one, I don't think he's going to join the business, or I don't think he's going to afford the capital, or I don't think this one needs more money in his life. They don't do that. They treat every person equally, and they want every person they have interacted with to be able to share, to learn more about the business. Okay, they are committed to adding names to their list every single day. They keep on adding names, talking to new people, talking to new individuals each and every single day. That is what these people do. They maintain a posture because they have many options from their list. They maintain a posture. They understand what they are building on. They maintain their principles when it comes to building the business, because they're looking for people of quality. They do not want to build the business in a wrong way so that they can be able to, bring back their, be able to ruin their business on things like that. Okay, so they maintain that posture. They understand what they are doing. Whenever they are contacting you about the business, they know exactly how they go about it. Those are the professionals. So now in your team, you need to learn how to attract professionals, and there are a number of ways to learn on how to attract professionals. It's very simple. Whenever you're prospecting, you can give these people a few tasks. Find out if they were able to go through the task tomorrow, or maybe the day after that. If they are not able to go through, find out why they didn't go through. Maybe sometimes, some of them, they tell you that, I'm tired, I was busy running up and down and things like that. And then, you can tell them, I understand sometimes people get busy, so it is fine that you have updated me. And then you ask them, now, when are you likely to be free? Or rather, when are you likely to have gone through the materials that I sent you yesterday? For sure. This one helps you be able to understand these people. There's some people you present the opportunity to, and they're not interested. Maybe they don't have the interest. According to them, maybe they see that this is not something that will help them. Of course, you have to also understand that network marketing is not a business for every person. Okay, so those are some of the things you look at to be able to identify, to help you to be able to identify professionals and be able to build with them to build the business with them in your team. Okay, the next thing is how to make a name list. So you have to think of, or rather, you need to learn on how to create a name list. Of course, I usually tell people that the people that you've met since the day you were born up to maybe where you are, if you can remember all those individuals, they form quite a bigger community. And also those people, together with the people that you've never met in network marketing industry, they are the individuals who contribute to your income. Okay, so now how do we go about to make a name list? So the first thing, you have to start with the people that you know. These are people that you know by their first name, second name, like that. Maybe people you've met, your cousins and things like that. Okay, the second point is that it's more difficult calling strangers. It's actually more difficult talking to strangers than it is talking to friends. When you're talking to a friend, you don't need a certain way of approaching your friend. You can just go there, crack a joke, ask how the family is, ask how everything is going on, and then, tell them that you're involved in this business opportunity, you'd like them to come and attend, just like that. And then they can now be able to attend the session. We have different ways through which we are guiding our team. We have we have the YouTube versions. We have the other resources in our groups. We have books. We have a lot of ways we are able to grow our people. Okay, so that way you get that if you're going to be talking to your friends and you're going to introduce them to this business, it becomes very easy. Okay, so as a professional, or rather as someone who is starting the business, out of every random, your name list should have at least 200 names. Plus 200 is the minimum, and then out of every random list of 10 people, there might be just one waiting for you to deliver and develop them. Okay, so don't prejudge anyone don't prejudge, or rather, don't play God and decide for others. Don't prejudge anyone, okay? So, you know, this habit comes in when you see people, maybe someone has joined the business, starting it a few, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and they start prejudging people. Don't do that, okay? Use the memory jogger to write at least 20 names from each of the categories that you have. So we have something we call the memory jogger, and the memory jogger helps you be able to remember more and more people whom you've ever interacted with. And this is how now you can use the memory jogger. For example, who is our family, or rather who is in our family, you might want the opportunity, who has been in high school, who has been in college or university, who has been in past work, how many jobs have you had so far? You need to check on the current work, wedding list, neighborhood, okay? And then you have clubs and organizations and Rotary and all that. And then you have sports, you know, every time that you go to, maybe let's say, an event where we are having sport activities, or maybe church, you have to be able to collect contacts. It's very easy to collect contacts, okay? So that is something that you have to check on. And then you also have professional associations, and then we also have location, like who do you know in South Africa, in Dallas, in Gambia, in you know, in Kinshasa, Kigali, Kampala, things like that, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, and so many other places. Whom do you know from there? That is how you list them, okay? And then vocation, who do you know who is a doctor, who is a lawyer, who is a dentist, who is a driver, who is a teacher, and things like that. That is how you use this kind of list, and there are so many other options to help you be able to remember. So for example, who do you know, or who is location wise, how many people do you know who are living in different places? That is how you get to identify the right people, and you add them to the name list using, and being able to or rather being able to save their name properly, okay? Rather being able to increase what we call now your contact list using the memory jogger, okay? So these are some of the things that you can actually check on when it comes to the memory jogger. Who do you know who or whom you respect, shows genuine concern for others, or is active in their church, people always seem to like, does personal counseling, such a church leader or a doctor or a lawyer, etc. Is a professional, is a club, in clubs, various groups, organization, active and in active and civil affairs and things like that. So that is now how you look at that list, and from there it will be able to help you be able to build on a very big name list. The next thing that you have to remember is how to save your contacts. This is very important, okay? So how do you save your contacts in your phone? This is something that is very important, and you need to follow through very keenly. All contacts are to be saved in your Gmail account so that you don't lose them. Save contacts with the date, the location, and the name of your prospect. Save all contacts with the country code. For example, so the country code simply means if my phone number is 0700841219 and I'm from Kenya, I save it as +254700841219, like that. That is how you save the contact with the country code. The next thing is that I usually like saving it with the date. You can see here, this is the first contact here. Let me show you here. This is the first contact here. You can see this 19th of December 2022. KE stands for Kenya Osinde John. So this is the first time I saved somebody's contact called Osinde John. Here we have a degree sign, then 19th December 2022, KE Osinde John. So this represents someone whom I have already trained. So you can add that small annotation at the beginning of the contact, okay? That one signifies you have already trained this person, and this person is yet to make a decision. And then you have G8 KN938460 Osinde John. This represents someone who has joined my team as a direct. This person joined my team, so that is why I have written here G8, and this is KN938460 is their user ID in the business. So this one you are going to use it a number of times, so like that. So that is how I get to know someone who has joined my team as a direct. And then we have here -30 December 2022, and then we have a degree sign at 19th 12th December 2022. So this simply means I met this person on this date and I trained him on that 19th December. He's in Kenya and his name is Osinde John, okay? And then this person on 30th December, he decided that he's not interested in the business. So I wrote here negative. So you can write negative and the date, or you just write negative alone. Yes, you can write negative and the date, or you just write negative and then you remove this first date here. So that is how you get to know that this person is no longer interested in the business. And then we have ECO Kenya Osinde John. This one represents someone from a different team, okay? So someone from a different team, just very separate. a team that is not ours, okay, or a team that I'm not in it. So that is what it could represent, or rather that is how it could mean. And then ECTKE Osinde John represents someone who is a cross-line. So for example, in my case, the person whom I joined the business, that is my direct. If that direct has another person like me, but who didn't join under me, but we are in the same business and we have the same upline, this is how I usually save them. ECT, okay? So ECT for people who are my cross lines, we are in the same team, but they are in a separate, but they joined the business somewhere else. And the ECO simply means someone who we are in the same business, but they are not even close in my team. Like someone from now a place like Zambia or maybe South Africa, they are in a different team. That is how I get to differentiate. And then HL Kenya Osinde John represents someone who is interested in health freedom with our business. Okay, so basically that is how I usually know it. So HLKE Osinde John represents someone who is interested in health freedom in our business. And then you have this one here, 19/12/22 Saudi. This is 19 December 2022 Saudi, full stop, Charlene Munai by Veronica Wekesa. This represents a prospect by the name Charlene Munai who was brought to our team, and this one belongs to somebody called Veronica Wekesa, and Veronica Wekesa is also in our team. So you get that here, Veronica Wekesa is the one who brought Charlene Munai, and here it means that I trained Charlene Munai on 19th of December 2022. So that is how I get to save my contacts, okay? So this way, I'm able to know who belongs to who is supposed to join where, when did I train someone, when did they say they're not interested in the business, if I'm to contact them next year, what are they going to see? If they are going to see us progressing in the business and all that, I'm going to know that this is someone whom I contacted a long time ago and they were not interested in the business because of, so that is how I like keeping my work clean. According to me, it is very easy to do this. This is how I am used to. So I don't know for you which method you're going to use. I even sometimes save people with Facebook and then I save the date if I got the contact from Facebook, from TikTok, like that. So it is up to you to decide which way you will use to save your contacts so that you know. You need to separate and know those you have already trained. You need to know those who rejected the business. You need to know those who are members. You need to know those who are not in your team. You need to know those who are not interested. Those who keep on, maybe sometimes there are those people who don't want you to succeed. So when they see you starting a business like this, keep on abusing you and things like that, okay? So you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of that. So according to this is how I get to save my contacts in my phone, and I hope you'll find your own way of doing it in a better way, okay? So let's move to the next thing. Now expand your name list. So you have to keep your name list near to you at all times. You will remember names, you will forget and add them to the list, and then you have to keep on expanding your list by adding your names to the new friends each and every single day. So set up a goal of adding at least 2 people in your name list daily. By the end of the year, those will be 600 people. If you decide to add 10 people every single day, by the end of the year, 100, maybe let's say 10 people every single day. By the end of the year, you'll be having 3,600 contacts. What about 100 people every single day? You'll be having a lot of contacts, okay? So this is now, when you go outside there, make sure you come with some comments, some names, some contacts from people who are in parties, churches, meetings, in school bus and things like that. That is how you're able to grow more and be able to build your business long term. Remember, I am going to be here from 2023, or rather from this moment. Of course, this is on December. So from 2023 up to around 2030, that is now the second phase of the business. And then from 2031 to 2040, I'm going to be here for a very long time. And these people, they're going to become old. Most of them, they're going to join our business. So keep on building, okay? Now, the summary. So we have talked about what is a name list, we have defined, and then we have talked about 3 kinds of networkers. We have defined, we have the posers, the amateurs, and the professionals. Posers are people who come to the business without creating a name list. And then the amateurs, these are people who create maybe a list of maybe 1 to 5 people, and they think that these people will join the business. And then professionals, these are people who get it done, okay? And then I've talked about how to make a name list, or rather where do you get the name? So how do you remember like that? And then we also talked about how to save the numbers, okay? And then you have also discussed about expanding your name list so that you can be able to have a business that is going to take care of you from day to day, okay? So now that marks the end of our presentation, and I believe you have been able to learn something a little bit about the name list. This presentation might appear very, very small, but I want you to learn on how to use it, okay? So people are important. This is a business of people connecting people. People resources is something that is very important. So in case you have a way of reaching out to more people, then go and build on it, okay? Go and build on it, and remember, whenever you're building on it, remember that you are building on a business. So you have to take it professional. You have to ensure that you build your business the right way, so that in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can be able to have a very reliable source of residual income. Thank you so much. This marks the end of our training. It has been your mentor, Osinde John, and it is nice to have you here in my team. Looking forward to succeeding with you more and more. Thank you.